Yes people, welcome back to another video here on the J&M Football channel. Unless you've been living under a rock or you've just completely avoided social media, you would have heard about this new Super League that football clubs have announced. So it's a new tournament or competition which is meant to replace the Champions League. It's made out of 12 big clubs from Europe and there's meant to be more clubs joining soon. Now these 12 clubs include Liverpool, Spurs, Man U, Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal, AC Milan, Inter Milan, Juve, Real Madrid, Barcelona, 12 funding clubs, that's what they're called. Now I'd like to say that Dortmund, Bayern and PSG got invited but they declined for different reasons, but whatever. So yeah, I just want to talk about this and give my opinion and what I think about this new tournament. So let's just get straight into this video. So basically, as I said, this is a new tournament funded by these big clubs from Europe. And they want to replace the Champions League. Now, the first thing I don't understand is the clubs that got invited. They've stated that these are the biggest clubs in Europe and in the world. Spurs have been invited, who have never won the Champions League, who haven't won a trophy in I don't know how many years. Then you've got Arsenal, who are like 8th, 9th, 10th in the league. They haven't been in the Champions League for the last few years. They got knocked out of the Europa League this year. You've got Chelsea, Man City, who are big clubs, but they've just become big in the last 10, 20 years. The only two real big clubs in England right now are Liverpool and Manchester United. You've got teams like Leicester and West Ham who are currently in the top 4 and they've not been invited. I actually lied that these are the biggest clubs in England or in Europe or whatever. These are the richest clubs and the clubs who are interested in making the most money and most profit in football. Spurs, Arsenal and Man City have 0 Champions League trophies between them. You have Nottingham Forest, who have won the Champions League in the past. So that's the first thing I don't agree with. They haven't invited the biggest clubs from England. They've invited the clubs who are interested in making the most profit. It's purely for a financial gain. Now the second reason that I don't agree with this sort of tournament or setup or whatever you want to call it is that it's going to replace the Champions League. Now the Champions League is such a special competition for so many different reasons. One of my most funnest memories in football, and it will be for the rest of my life, is when Chelsea won it in 2012. Just going through all the emotions, following every game, like it was unbelievable. Like we lost the first leg to Napoli, coach got sacked, we somehow come back in the second leg, then we obviously beat Benfica. Then Barcelona and Torres' last minute goal, and obviously Bayern Munich beating Bayern Munich in their stadium in the final. It was unreal, and it's going to be one of my funnest memories ever. Like I watched the final with my dad. Like honestly, it's one of my favorite memories in football, and it will be forever. So yeah, like from them replacing the Champions League, that's going to take away so many memories for so many different people. This is just one story. This is just my story of like how I cherish the memory of Chelsea winning the Champions League final. Now imagine how many other people cherish their own memories of their team winning the Champions League, or their team just qualifying for the Champions League, or Zvezda beating Liverpool 2-0, like all these different things. They're massive memories for so many people. The Champions League's special because it gives an opportunity for smaller teams from smaller countries in Europe to come across and play against the biggest teams in the world. Small teams from Serbia, Hungary, Romania, Bulgaria, I don't even know where else they come from, Gibraltar, countries like that, they get the opportunity to play against PSG, Bayern, Barcelona, Real Madrid, and the opportunity for that club and them players to play against these massive clubs is a huge opportunity for these players, clubs, teams, managers, everything. It's not every day you get to play against Real Madrid, Barcelona, but this new league, they want to make it an every week thing, so it's gonna lose the meaning, because obviously Chelsea, they've got Real Madrid in the semi-finals. Now in my lifetime, Chelsea have never played Real Madrid in the Champions League or in a competitive fixture. So this is a very special moment, and this is such a rare game, Chelsea against Real Madrid, and it's a massive game. But if this is going to happen week in, week out, then it's not going to be as special as it should be. When you get two massive clubs from two different countries, it should be a big occasion, and it should be special for both sets of fans, players, coaches, and everyone involved in these games. For me, as a Chelsea fan, I even enjoy when we go to these smaller countries, Ukraine, Serbia, I don't know where else they go, Belarus, Bulgaria, places like this. It's interesting to watch Chelsea play against these smaller clubs, and I can just imagine how much it means for these smaller clubs to come up against a team like Chelsea, Man City, Man U, Liverpool. So like, people don't understand how important the Champions League is for these smaller clubs, not just financially and just to gain money and get on the TV, but for their own players and coaches. They can say, oh, I played against Man U, or I played against Dortmund. These are huge opportunities for these smaller clubs. One thing that I really did not like when I was going through all the news and stuff, that they've used COVID or the pandemic as an excuse. So obviously throughout the last year, lots of clubs have lost a lot of money because of the pandemic, mainly because of fans not being able to go and watch the game. The truth is, Arsenal, Spurs, Man U, Chelsea, Liverpool, the teams at the top of the pyramid, they're the ones that were affected least amount. If you want to go down the pyramid a bit to Championship, League 1, League 2, and then the top of non-league, even throughout non-league, these are the teams that are really struggling financially because of the pandemic. Teams live off ticket sales. For these smaller clubs, getting fans in at Saturday 3 o'clock is everything, and this is what keeps the clubs going. This is what pays the players, the coaches. This is what funds everything. So these smaller clubs, when they get a full house or they get fans in watching their game, it honestly means everything to them. And without fans going into games, these clubs can't function as they should. Instead of worrying about Spurs, Arsenal and Chelsea, people should be really worrying about Wickham, Salford FC, Maidstone, the teams in the lower divisions, even League 1, League 2 and throughout non-league. These are the teams and clubs that really need financial aid. They've said that they're going to create this new tournament to secure the financial future of these massive clubs. So, for example, Spurs, Arsenal, Man U, Man City. Man City, all these clubs, they're full of money with or without fans. They are so rich. They're paying... Man U have bought a centre-back for 80 million, Maguire, and then they're saying that they need this money from this new tournament to like function in the future. They're paying 200, I think De Bruyne signed like a 400 week contract, a 400 grand a week contract. That's stupid money. Got players like, you've got clubs like Liverpool and Arsenal put their working staff on furlong. Then you had Arsenal who couldn't afford to pay their mascot whilst they were talking about signing this massive contract worth like $3.5 billion in the background in this new Super League competition. Any of these big, and I'm a Chelsea fan, but any of these big clubs say they care about their fans and everything, they just don't. All they care about is financial gain for themselves and making their pockets a little bit more deeper. I don't agree with this new tournament at all. And one of the reasons are that you get normal, hard-working people who work day in, day out, work really, really hard to then be able to afford to go and watch their team. So on Arsenal, Spurs, Man U. So like they work all week so they can afford to take their kid, to take their family, or just to go to the pub and have drinks and watch the game. Like this is, like football is such a big thing for so many people's lives. Football, as I know because I'm from England, it's such a big thing for people, and some people live for football. They work all week really, really hard, so then they are able to go and watch the game with mates, with family, or just go to the pub and watch it, have a few drinks. Like this is what some people live for. And with this new tournament, that's just going to be completely taken away when they go and take these big fixtures and take them abroad, which is great for them countries abroad, and I understand that. But you can't take away such a huge part of people's lives, and like it has been a huge part of people's lives, and it will be for the future. And taking this away is just not fair on the fans. Football is worth nothing without the fans. We've seen this in the last year. Empty stadiums, no atmosphere. It's just not the same. The fans are the people who really care and love football. They're the people that live for football, and you don't realise how important football has been to certain people in this last year. Now, a big $5 billion investment from an American bank is going to take that all away. American bank does not care about football, probably doesn't even understand what it is, and they certainly don't understand what it means to normal working hard people. And with one big investment and one big check, they're just going to take that all away. This isn't football, and this is not what football should be about. Football should be about freedom, expressing yourself, having fun, having an escape from life, from issues, from problems. This is what football is about. Football is not about these banks investing all this money into football and taking away from the real people who really love football, who are the fans. Now, for me, the Champions League is one of the best tournaments, and trophies you can win in the world. Honestly, when Chelsea won it in 2012, I couldn't believe it. Like, I could not sleep that night. It's going to be one of the best memories of football ever. And now, with this year, obviously Chelsea is still in it in the semis. I feel we have a great chance to win it. But we might not be even able to play that semi-final because of reports with these clubs going to be chucked out of all these different tournaments. Players won't be allowed to play in the World Cup, things like this. Now just think of all the young children, all the young boys who have massive dreams of one day playing in the Prem, playing in the Champions League, and then eventually playing in World Cups. Now because of this new Super League movement, all of these young children are going to lose these massive dreams of theirs. These people aren't just messing up football now in this moment for us. It's also messing up football for the future and for the younger generation who have massive dreams involving football. Just think of all the young boys and girls who have massive dreams to play in Champions League, to play in World Cups. That can be all gone. That's just going to completely disappear because of this new tournament. I don't know how the players are going to react to this, but I'm not sure how many players are willing to miss World Cups, Champions League and Premier League seasons just to play in this Super Cup. I'm hoping that the players do stand up against this. They stand up for what's right. I saw a post today of the funding teams who started the English League. Now, I don't know every single team, but it was like Blackburn, Derby, Aston Villa. But one thing I did notice is that none of these big six were in that league. So that just proves what's wrong with football. Football's not about football no more. Football's not about a young boy who's got a big dream, who's moving up in the leagues or the teams or whatever. Football is just about who can make more money. If that's involving TV rights, sponsors, player transfers, anything like this. Football should just be about having fun, winning, and having that opportunity to play football whenever you like. Now, after reports, and it is official, even Jose Mourinho got sacked today by Spurs. And I haven't seen anywhere official write this, but there was reports saying that he got sacked because he did not agree with this new Super League. And reports even say that he refused to take hold of today's training session. Hence why he's been sacked. So not only is everything changing in football and a lot of people not agreeing with this, but people are losing their jobs. Jose Mourinho has just lost his job because of this. I'm not sure what your guys' opinion is, but please drop a comment. Tell us what you think. Tell us if you think it's a good idea or if you agree with this league or if you're against it. Please drop a like on this video to help it get pushed out to more and more people. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.